Alright, this is a website called Paper.li, and this is just a great web resource that you can use to organize and display all of your Twitter feeds that you follow, both your Twitter users that you're following, all the content that they publish, plus any hashtags or topics that you want to follow on a regular basis. What's nice about this Paper.li is it takes all that content and organizes it in a paper style format with headlines and articles, and you can click through and read any of the sources of content that are of interest to you. So to get a better understanding of what I'm talking about, I'll go out to my newspaper that I published here at Paper.li, and this is all content that's generated straight from Twitter feeds or hashtags that I'm following. So as you'll notice, it's got some headlines: education, technology stories, health, art and entertainment, edtech hashtag, edchat hashtag. So these are ones that I've added and that I'm following. So if you'll scroll down here, you'll see that in the headlines section you've got some key headlines. You can read the topics and a little bit of the content, and then click through to read the entire story. All of this information gets pulled from websites that are linked in some of the Twitter feeds that you're following. Also pulls videos that are referenced, photographs that are referenced in your Twitter feeds, and organizes them all on this page. Here's a video section where I can go look at some of the current videos that are being talked about in the content areas that I'm following. Here's a section on education, and if you'll notice here, I can click on any of these and it'll take me straight out to the website that this article is referring to. So here's an example of Beyond the Classroom Walls, and so I can read this article. And then I can go back to my paper and continue to read and look for other things. Under technology, the easiest and quickest way teachers share files online for free. Well, that looks kind of interesting. So I can click through and read on that, and so forth and so on. It's got photos, additional stories, all broken down in a very organized fashion. The videos, I can click on all these. It'll bring up the videos I can watch and listen to these videos. So every day this information gets updated. Now the way that this information gets put on the site, once you create a Paper.li account, you'll go into the settings area, and it'll start you off in this when you first set your account. But I'm going to go into the settings so you can see a little bit of how this information is gathered. You can create a title under your settings, put some other notes and whatnot, but here's the content that I'm actually referencing and pulling into this site. This is where I define that. So I currently have 6 content sources. If I were to click Edit Sources right here, you can see that I've added tweets that I follow. So at Granberry, this is all the content from all the individuals that I follow in Twitter. So that's automatically brought in. And then I've added these others: EdTech, AETC 2012, mLearning, EdApp, and eLearning. And to add, you just do a search in here, and you can search for any of the topics from the hashtag list that I have published on our Moodle site. It doesn't have to be a hashtag. You can just search for topics in general, but hashtags are usually the best way to get trends of data coming in. So there's one called EdChat that we looked at in the other video. So if I do a search for that, there'll be tweets mentioning the hashtag EdChat. I can click plus right here, and it adds it down to one of the sources of content that feeds my paper. And you can do that with as much content as you want, and it'll start building those subject matters and feeding them into your paper in a very nice, organized way. If I wanted to remove any of these, I could click the delete button and remove that. Click done when I'm finished. And that's really all you've got to do to set up your paper. Once you've created your account, added your sources, I can go right back out to my paper, which I've called Granberry's PLN for Professional Learning Network. Hope this helps. Email me if you have any questions about how to set this up, and we'll continue to support you through the Moodle professional development site.